Three twisted voices rise, Butchie, Matt and Paul, talking gore and guts with laughter in the air, reviewing every nightmare, 'cause horror's what they share. They don't need your ads or fame, they do it for the love and pain. Draw one last breath before the credits roll, screaming from the shadows, heart and soul. From festival to fest, they roam the haunted land, the UK's horror kings with blood upon their hands.
Welcome to Draw One Last Breath Horror Podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Butch.
I'm Jolly Paul.
On this episode, we have been into the cinema to watch Hokum, and our movie from the vault that Geordie Paul picked last episode was The Faculty. How are you doing, guys?
Very well. I've made it for one of my picks. Woo!
Yeah, I was going to say, what's going on?
By the skin of your teeth.
Yeah. Touch and go for a while, but yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. All good. I don't know what's been going on these last 2 weeks, but there's been a little bit of a I don't usually get into these little TikTok things. In fact, I don't. But have you guys seen Apex on Netflix yet? With Taron Egerton
Yes.
and the Chemical Brothers Go. I mean, it's just fantastic. And there's a whole craze. It's just a
Yes,
whole...
I have watched Apex.
What did you think?
Fucking nuts. I mean, the film isn't very good, but Taron Egerton's all right, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah, this committed performances, shall we say, but the film's a bit shit in it.
Yeah.
It's a bit meh.
That's the thing. Because he commits, it just works, but it's trash. But also, it's just great. And that scene is worthy of all the kudos that it's been getting, all the
The naked scene.
mimicry. The naked scene. Oh, I mean, the naked scene. I was talking about when he's just there, just literally rocking out to Chemical
right,
Brothers.
sorry.
It's just
Okay.
everyone's been doing like a little bit of a craze at the moment. The Apex craze. There you
Yeah, save yourself some time, listeners, and just watch Cliffhanger.
go. Vertical limit.
Yeah, yeah. Or you will enjoy more throwing yourself off a cliff. Yeah, I did like that one, by the way.
I would have recommended Fall. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've watched. I think I watched Crime 101, doesn't really count. Smashing Machine, I sort of caught. Yeah, I know. Didn't really watch too much, I'm afraid. Yeah. What about you boys? Oh, I caught Craven the Hunter.
Still not horror, but anyway, carry on. Geordie Paul. What did you-
Horrendous. I haven't really watched a lot, guys. I've been kind of churning through some TV series. So Daredevil, The Boys, which I loved, and I thought the last episode was incredible, just from start to finish. Everything about it was hilarious. It was violent. It was just brilliant. So, yeah, definitely loving that. And I'm going to be very sad when it comes to an end. And I caught a bit of Mole Shadow Lord. Again, not horror, so I haven't really watched many horror films. But yeah, I did watch Apex for my sins. But yeah, that was really me.
I haven't watched anything apart from Apex.
All right.
So-
I mean,
No, that's a lie. You watch Thrash.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, yeah. It's so bad, I forgot that I watched it. One of the worst shark movies, one of the most pointless, absolute boredom. I was so bored. I've never wanted to reach for my phone as much as I did watching this film. Absolute dross. So bad that I had to even look for it on Netflix. I couldn't even find it. I had to search it up. So that's how bad it's just disappeared into the ether.
Yeah.
Bad, bad, bad. Do not watch it. There's a good film from the 80s called Thrash that you could watch.
Oh, that's skateboarding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has that got Christian Slater in?
No, it's got the guy from the Goonies. Can't remember his name now.
Corey
Oh,
Feldman,
Corey Feldman.
No,
Sean Astin.
no. Bran, the one that plays
Josh
Bran.
Brolin.
Josh Brolin, that's it. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Anyway,
I can imagine the gear. Right. In that case, let's get some news. What's been going on? Anyone got any news?
Got a couple of bits. Start off with a bit for Butcher. Because he enjoyed the first one so much, they've put a second one into production. So Popeye the Slayer Man 2 is on its way.
Along with
Excited much?
Pinocchio No Strings, I believe, is also coming.
Oh my God. What about you, boys?
It seemed like I know the Evil Dead Burn extended trailer's out, and I'm not watching it. So it's
no, I'm not watching it because apparently it gives away a lot.
yeah, I'm not watching it. If I can avoid that like the plague, I'm coming into the cinema late for the next however long. I don't. Do we know what the release date is for that?
May? Sorry, June, isn't it?
Okay, good.
June,
So I
I
just
think, yeah.
got a couple more cinema watches. Passenger, Obsession. Just need to watch Mortal Kombat 2. I might watch. Get more Carl Urban, please. Right. Any more news? I haven't got. That's it.
Did you see the first look at the Fall 2?
Ooh, no, I missed that.
Wowza, more nightmare fuel. So obviously, The Fall is probably one of my most surprising films over the last decade I've seen, and how much I kind of enjoyed it. And I was thinking, well, what are they going to do? Well, it turns out this is what they're going to do. It's basically like a massive rock climbing expedition with this kind of same lass from the first one, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like a PTSD treatment that she's got to go and climb this massive thing, but it looks crazy. So yeah,
Okay. And
well up for that, and I'm definitely going to try and see that on a big screen because yeah, the first one I loved. So hopefully more of the same, please. Maybe another 5-minute Jeffrey Dean Morgan cameo. Who knows?
Yeah. All
completely.
I know is he got paid.
Oh, you got to get paid.
I got a bit of news. Unfortunately, a bit of sad news that Jonathan Tiersten, Ricky from Sleepaway Camp, has passed away. That great movie. Have you seen that yet, Geordie Paul, Sleepaway Camp?
I haven't, but I know the twist. So it's kind of
what a shame.
yeah, it's kind of put me off watching it because
You still need to watch it because it's fucking hilariously out of date that it's so un-PC that you need to watch it.
yeah, fair enough. But
Remember
it's kind
that
of
line, Butch?
it took out the kind of essential.
Do you remember the first line that one of the first people say? The cook says,
No, go on.
"Look at all these boldies coming in."
All right.
Oh shit!
The
Mate,
pedo chef.
maybe we need to bring that back from the vault.
Yeah, mate. I think we need to a vault rewatch. Maybe one time for Geordie Paul.
Do
Maybe
Sleepaway Camp.
show him the greats like Night of the Comet and stuff like that.
I have Night of the Comet sat on my shelf still to watch,
Oh,
lads.
mate,
Oh.
what are you doing?
Dude, change your life, man. Honestly,
Good film.
it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It'll take over, man. Honestly, it's so cool. Do you know what? I'm going to watch that this over the weekend. Ah, love it. Okay, no more news? Well, let's get rid of this bullshit and onto some more Hokum. Let's get onto our main review.
Fado, long ago, deep in the woods, there lived an old kayak. A witch.
One of the members of staff is missing.
What do they think happened to her?
Go home.
Well, you still look like your passport picture.
Demons do exist. It's just people with closed minds. Can't see him.
Fado, long ago.
Who's there?
Fado.
What's happening?
Get me out of here!
Long ago. There lived a witch.
Okay, this episode's main review is Hokum, starring Adam Scott as a novelist, Ohm Bauman. He retreats to a remote inn in Ireland to scatter his parents' ashes. He's consumed by tales of a witch that haunts the honeymoon suite. Soon, disturbing visions and a shocking disappearance force him to confront dark corners of his past. It's done about just over 10 million, 10.5 million worldwide since its release. What do we think, lads? Let's start with you, Matt.
I thought this was the biggest pile of sheer absolute brilliance I've ever seen. No, not ever seen. I fucking loved it. Absolutely loved this. You know me, guys. I'm well into some of that Irish folklore stuff. This is right up my street. I went in completely blind, so blind I didn't even know who the director was. Do you know who the director is?
Yeah, it's the guy who did Oddity.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it until after I watched it. But I was glad I didn't go in knowing that because I don't know if it would have made me think any different. But yeah, I fucking loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And I'm not a massive Adam Scott fan. I'll be honest. I'm not. But he was brilliant.
Paul?
I liked it. I didn't love it.
Oh
I know.
my
Um,
God, you're mental.
I will go into some of the reasons why. Look, to be fair, like I enjoyed it, but I just thought it was going to be a bit more than it was. I think, to be fair, I think the trailer kind of sent you down a path which was kind of a bit misleading. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, no, I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as you. I don't think, Matt. Butch?
I don't think I liked it. There you go. There's
What's
the
wrong with you two? Are you okay, you two?
I like and I'm an Adam Scott fan. I didn't like Oddity, and I didn't. So
Did you know that before you went in?
No, now you said it. I didn't know. I forgot the director was the guy from Oddity, but I didn't like.
And
Okay,
Caveat's good as well.
yeah, I haven't seen Caveat, but I didn't like the production of it. I thought, what is this doing in the cinema? I thought this is kind of a festival movie. Um, it
Fucking
didn't.
hell.
It felt.
I'm so shocked.
It felt really. I get the tone that they were going for. It was bleak. It was bleak, but not bleak enough for me. I don't like witches. I don't think.
Don't think you meant to like witches, Butch.
Well, Irish law. There's been some fucking great examples. We've watched loads of good ones recently. Like Unwelcome springs to mind, for one. And it's like maybe I like the strange and the odd. This wasn't strange enough for me. I would have liked to seen. Right. I'm not going to get into too much spoilers. Okay. I would have liked to see more. I think rather than less. I didn't. I think they could have done more with more rather than more with less with this one. I think it missed something, and it seemed to jump around enormously, and the whole look back feel to it didn't really fit for me. There you go. That's my initial. Let's start with some positive though, Matt. What did you like about this one?
I just think that it was done so well because straight from the bat, you've got this character that is a writer. He's an absolute knob. He's not a likable person. He isn't. He's not supposed to be a likable person, and I think that's the point of it. You're not supposed to really be rooting for him, he's not like an end character kind of, that you should be rooting for. However, I think it for me personally, I loved the place that it was set, the way the sets were dressed. I thought was brilliant. I thought the way Adam Scott came across was just really, really like genuinely like he played that character so well. Like he was just a dick to people, and I think the whole point, with his past that we're talking about, it kind of like it kind of made sense more in the middle of the film. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I totally get you. That again, Ireland is gorgeous, and they do pull out these absolutely stunning sets, and the hotel itself is amazing. Much more interesting than say like if I compare it to almost a ghosty like the Winchester, which was garbage. But it had that sort of feel for it for me. Don't get me wrong, he was great, but again, you say I didn't. I was interested in his like counterflow performance. He was a dick. Like we thought he was a dick because he was kind of a dick. He was rude, obnoxious, and he's sort of like opinionated, nosy. Um, but at the same time, like his relationship with, say, Jesse, who we kind of like. I kind of like Jesse. So, and um, you then got that counterbalance where I'm like, okay, he's actually a dick, but maybe I agree with him that he doesn't want a goat to be shot. So it's like they didn't go full dick with him.
Yeah, but I think that was part of the essence of the film, though, wasn't it? It was a redemption arc for him, where
Yeah.
actually there's a reason he's a dick, or the reason he's going on like a dick. I mean, he's a blatant alcoholic. He's suicidal. There's a reason he's pushing everyone away because he doesn't want to let anyone in to maybe kind of know him because he doesn't feel kind of worthy of being known, if that makes sense, right? So there's definitely that because obviously there's a twist that we'll go through in the middle of the film where you're like, fuck. But I do agree with you, Butch, in the fact that I wanted a bit more because what they did was good, but it could have been more. I wanted a bit more because I think when they got the scares right and the tension and stuff was really good. And he's like, I loved Oddity. I thought it was really, really good. And the guy knows how to kind of really build up a bit of tension in scenes. But I just thought once that tension was lost, it never really kind of ramped it back up again. And yeah, I didn't kind of I felt like I ran out of an idea at the end, and I was a bit like, oh, I wanted a bit more kind of. I wanted a bit more witch, if I'm honest. Um, but yeah, so obviously you got him, and he's kind of coming back to Ireland or coming to Ireland to scatter the ashes of his parents who went on honeymoon to this hotel, and he kind of the scattering of the ashes scene's brilliant because and they're all quite odd in the hotel. It kind of sets it up to be like a Midsummer Murders or a Agatha Christie, doesn't it? Because you got a lot of people who could be the kind of killer essentially, but then yeah, it kind of deviates into supernatural. But yeah, I love the ashes scattering scene where he's just like carefully places his mother down and just lobs his dad's out like
Yeah.
willy nilly. But obviously you kind of find out why through the kind of film. And he's obviously a skeptic to everything. He's obviously kind of a realist, and like he does say Hokum, doesn't he? He kind of brings that word into the film. But
Which I guess means
yeah,
bollocks, right? It's interesting because we get this weird scene at the start, don't we? Where he's writing and we get to see his writing on the screen. That was like a really bizarre sort of takeaway. Um, but fit nicely, I suppose, in amongst it all. But again, to me, it's all the settings. But I don't know, like there was just like there was like you said when we got to like the honeymoon suite and we got away from the Agatha Christie and we were trapped in this room with him. I feel there could have been more. I mean, that cavern is insane. There's some shit going down underneath this hotel. And I guess what I could have done. Well, again, there's loads, and again, there's explanations like, we've got mushrooms, we've got drugs, and all this sort of stuff like going on. So, you don't really know what's real and what's not at the same time. But, I'd like to think that there was a witch. Matt, come on, man. Hit me with some.
I thought I don't know what film you're watching because this was fucking brilliant. I just loved it. I thought it was so cool. I thought the characters were interesting. I loved the whole thing with the kind of guy that was living outside of the hotel that was obviously like, you know, trying to help him and stuff. Like, because obviously and I like the little twists as well. Like, obviously the guy that he meets outside the hotel is drinking like mushroom, like
Mushroom
liquid
goat's milk.
stuff. Yeah,
it's poaching with goat's milk.
yeah, and he makes it. He says like this will basically open. It can open up your mind to see things that other people can't. And I think that's the whole. Obviously, like he could see it and some people can't. And then we've got. I mean, I want to kind of speak plot spoilers, so spoiler alert. We're gonna
Okay.
probably spoil it from now on. But he meets an integral character, the Adam Scott guy. What was his name? Um,
Om.
meets a barmaid that he kind of strikes up a relationship with. On a night he gets drunk, and obviously he gets really drunk. He's really nasty to the bellboy that I thought was a cool little interaction. I loved there was some really good comedic moments throughout it as well. Like and then he strikes up this conversation with the barmaid, and then he forgets his dictaphone, so she goes up to give it to him, and this is where for me it was like, whoa, it's gone from this comedic bit that it's gone so dark tonally, it shifts, and he's hung himself, and she's found him, and she gets him down, and the next thing you know, he's in hospital awake, and I just thought that tonally that shift was like, whoa, I didn't even expect that to come. Do you know what I mean? And I
No,
thought it was a clever thing.
it was. It was. I completely agree with you, like on reflection. But the tonal, the shift didn't hit me as I thought it would. I felt that it was. I didn't feel the build up to that, and maybe you shouldn't. Maybe that's the whole point, like rug pull, I guess, because there was no alluding to the fact that was why he was there for. Maybe there's an undertone that I missed, but yeah, that was just like that completely threw me. And because of the banter and all that sort of stuff, I often expected her to try and go in and fuck him or something like that. But then to see him like that, there was no, and then the
I
way they
wanted to see that.
the way they shot it was then like he's immediately in hospital and then there's time lost. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, we getting that sort of film, and we did. We get the sort of gap filling, which was again not what you expect. I mean, we could talk about what we think what happened to Fiona. But after that scene, and he's coming back to thank her, she's gone missing, right, Matt?
Hmm. Yeah,
And
I was-
what do like that unfolded and that sort of part of the storyline? He's not a good. He evolved into a maybe evolved into a villain of the piece, right? Old
maybe.
Mano. Mano is his name.
Can't remember,
The
but
manager.
the
Mao.
manager.
Mao.
Yeah. So obviously he gets back and he starts kind of poking around because something doesn't quite sit right. But I agree with you though, Butch. After the end of after the tonal whoa moment, you're like, Jesus, didn't expect that. I thought it kind of lost a bit of energy because it took its time to get back up to them levels again. And like I said, when it hit, I was like, oh my God, right now it's going to start ramping up. And then it kind of, for me, reset again. And you were kind of like on a bit of a roller coaster with it. But I'd kind of like the tension to be a bit kind of more sustained for me, for it to be kind of really terrifying. I mean, obviously, he kind of gets through sort of misadventure, I suppose, gets locked into the honeymoon suite. And then it kind of, you start to kind of it reveal. He has like flashbacks and that from his mother, kind of that keeps appearing. Is like a bit of a phantom throughout, and you think he's obviously close to his mother. It does like it really does say that either his dad had something to do with his mother's death, or that he's abused his son, or there's a real daddy issue, like I said, with the ashes. And actually, what I did really find clever was the whole kind of reveal of actually what happened.
Hmm.
And it turns out that when he was a child, he shot basically a gun off. I was playing with a gun in his house, found a gun in
By
his house,
accident, yeah.
was playing with it and shot it off, but it just so happened to go through his mother's head. And obviously he murdered her. And then it obviously quite doesn't really force feed you, but then you realise, oh shit, his dad obviously blames him for
Hmm.
his mother's death, and that's all that type of stuff. And then now he's an alcoholic, that's why he's suicidal, blah 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 blah. And it kind of
Well, that's why he's a bit of a dick.
Hmm.
So maybe that you are supposed to feel a bit more sorry for him and then root for him. I didn't really root for him, but what I found really engaging was the way you get to the honeymoon suite and the way I felt like you were going somewhere else and getting locked in and there was no way out. And then the set with the bed, and you knew straight away. As soon as I saw that bed, I'm like, that that's going to be used for a set piece. You just know it is. And I just love the fact that they used the dumb waiter to go like
Definitely.
up and down, and the way he set up the clock to I thought that was a little genius twist, and stuff like that. I thought was really good, and the tension build up all to the way of of when. And for me, I actually felt a little not scared, but a bit like oh, like when he jumps into the back into the lift to go back up. You're like, oh my God, it's gonna get her. It's gonna get him. And then when it comes out up into the room, you think, oh, he's okay when he's up there. And I was like, oh no, she's got up there. And then I liked the way she kind of ran after him, kind of like just being like it was a game, and the way she was cackling and like jumping up to look through the window. I thought that's creepy. It creeped me out. And then like I just thought it was really done well. I just thought like the whole build up to that for me personally really worked for me. And I didn't mind about not seeing too much of it. And I didn't want body horror. I didn't want gross stuff to happen. I just thought it was really executed well enough, and it went far enough for me. And that's
I mean,
probably what I liked about it.
He has got a unique style. I suppose when you look back at it, you kind of recognize it. They got that bleak, kind of creepy. It's kind of classic ghost story
Yeah,
in a
it's
way.
almost. I felt like a bit Hammer in places, kind of like
yeah.
nowadays. But then I
I
got a
love
bit. Yeah, go
the
on.
guy on the TV, the rabbit thing on the TV. I thought that was incredible.
It's actually a donkey, apparently.
That was a donkey.
Mm.
It was terrifying. And the bit where he's kind of having a bit of a fever dream on the bed, and all of a sudden it's like the masks there and stuff. I just let's just say, Matt, I think I kind of wanted a bit more of that imagery. I didn't want to
Yeah.
like you said, body horror. I didn't want that, but I just wanted because that happened, and then it was like oh, and then it was all kind of cool again. And you're right, the tense scenes were really tense, and there was
Mm.
the imagery was really vivid, and the sets were brilliant. Yeah, but then for me, it kept losing whatever it built up. It kept losing, and then it built it up again, and then it kept losing. And after a while, I was a bit like, like this is kind of it.
But the losing's important in a horror movie because I get that what they're trying to do, but I just don't think the rise and fall worked for me as much. But I didn't find myself hiding behind, my hoodie. But the creepy, the dumbbell scene was creepy as fuck, and like the stuff in the sea, you didn't expect. And also when Mao gets dragged into whatever the fuck, like it down in the cavern, that was quite creepy.
I love that bit. I thought it was
Yeah,
so clever because, like, obviously throughout it, you learn that if you draw a circle on the floor with chalk, they can't attack you. And I thought that was a cool little bit where he's like, kind of like I didn't realize that that Mao guy gets taken away with the chains, but he can't see anything, and like he throughout somehow gets away because he has that little kind of saw thing that he
yeah.
gets out of the
It-
chain. So I didn't realize he was chained as well until that bit, and I thought, oh, the circle saved him. Oh no, he's still fucking chained. So
it's
I
really
quite like that.
interesting. This is a sort of like I don't know if this is this is like a bit more of an indie horror compared to what we've seen. It's not studio, looking at the massive list of contributors at the start. This is not one of the big studio movies, horror movies of the year, which is cool because it means that other horror movies are getting picked up. This isn't A24. This isn't Universal. This is, I think it's not, it's Black Bear was a Neon, which is the biggest two. But like that was quite interesting. The fact that it had a lot of production companies behind it to kind of give it that push and get that funding to kind of get it out, which is really kind of cool. And obviously must have been fans of Caveat and Oddity to sort of push it this far. And it didn't get, I think this could have easily dropped on Shudder and been missed, And it's nice that it's got a release. And I bet it didn't cost very much because the fucking, they found a good set, they found a good place. They used Adam Scott to,
Worldwide, it's nearly done 11 million
yeah.
dollars.
I wonder what the budget is because I wouldn't have, I would
Cannot
have,
see. But
I
it
would have,
was filming locations West Cork, Ireland, Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi for the desert, is it?
Oh yeah, shit, we
Oh yeah,
completely missed the story.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
sorry, like the whole because the film starts like it's some kind of crazy like neo science, like a film like The Fountain or something or like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're like, what the hell? Because the coloring in that is so like vivid, and I was like, am I watching the right film here? But it's just showing his kind of writing. I suppose, Butcher, you were touching on that earlier on. That's his story and like how he's kind of doing it, and does kind of inform the whole thing of how he's bleak and he's kind of pushing that onto the reader because he's got this really famous kind of trilogy, and he's about to end it with like the hero just getting stoved in and them dying in the desert. And then the barmaid does say to him, "Well, I'm not reading it if that's how it's an ending, because you need like a happy ending." And then obviously he kind of changes it, and that's the last thing you see in the film. So yeah, I completely forgot about that one. But that was a bold choice, to be fair.
Definitely. Yeah, so I started to check up. Budget was 5 mil, so this has doubled its budget. So he's done well. That's good.
5 mil on a film of that caliber. You've got to give it to him. You've got to be fair. That's,
The guy's
someone like
talented, Matt. The guy,
Blumhouse do 15 mil films like that. So
Yeah, true.
the guy's talented, and I think he'll just get bigger and bigger. I think you'll see him on bigger stuff. So yeah, definitely want to watch out for.
You'll chuck him on a Stephen King next. He could do something. He could fit in
don't
that.
say Langoliers. Shut up.
Ooh, his take on the Langoliers. Now we're talking. That's a very dialogue-heavy, bleak movie set in one location. Yeah, I think that Langoliers is perfect for him.
Dublin Airport.
No, the location was great. County Cork. I mean, if the roads are like that, the sooner I get over to Ireland, the better. Really.
Trust me, the roads are like that.
Is that? Do you drive those roads, sort of roads, on the
Yeah,
way?
I live on one of them roads, mate.
Mate.
He lives in the woods they filmed him. What are you on about?
That's it. I was the ginger guy. Drink potchy.
Well, if we get an invite, if you clean up that,
They're always invited. I need some sacrifices to give to the leprechauns in the woods.
Fucking hell, the cabbage. So yeah, man, this is cool. Another Irish sort of folklore movie. It hit with some of us. I'm not sure. After that talk, it's kind of an interesting, engaging talk. I quite like talking about it. I still feel like there was some energy that I needed from it, and I got that from Oddity as well, because fucking weird.
You didn't like Oddity, I remember that.
I just found it again. I think I found it in the same sort of way. But he's doing this one location movies. This one had a bigger location than Oddity, apart from one house. It's really interesting. I'm going to watch Caveat over the next couple of weeks, so I'll let you know how I feel about that. But it just felt like a festival movie for me, like a Friday afternoon sort of movie. Adam Scott, on the red carpet, brilliant.
So what are you rating a Butch?
I think I want to push people to see it. So, if I'm down on it, but I'm not. I think it's a 6 for me. I think that's fair.
I'm gonna go 7.
Well, I'm gonna go 8.
It's an
Because
interesting
I
one.
loved it.
That's
I
so
think if you're a horror fan, you should get out there and watch it. Support horror. 5 million budget. Smashed it. Storyline's good. Location's brilliant. Acting's fantastic. You guys are wrong. I'm right. Trust me, guys. Go and watch this film.
And I got through the whole review
I
without saying the
very
word.
rarely say this, but go watch it.
Yeah, man.
Got through the whole review without saying the word Hokum.
Welcome.
Oh, very
I
cool.
like the way he liked as well. The manager had to explain what crack meant.
Yeah, I thought that was
Crack.
quite cool. Next episode then, we are hitting the cinema again. We are being fucking treated, man. You got Evil Dead Burn around the corner, but next episode we've got 2 lovely movies that are at the cinema, Passenger and Obsession. I imagine that we're going to be doing Obsession because we've just talked about Obsessed. We're talking about the fucking director. So I gotta watch it. That's out on the 15th of May, so it should be out when this drops. So go and check that one out, and then Passenger hits the week after, I believe, which just looks something else. So I have no idea. I need to get to see that. There we go. That'll be on the next episode. Okay, without further ado, should we move on to our movie from the vault?
No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks.
The students at Harrington High have always suspected their teachers were from another planet.
Is this gonna be on the test?
This is the test.
This time, they're right. Now, these 6 students won't just question authority. they'll have to destroy it. Critics are calling it hip and scary. A thrilling ride from beginning to end. The Faculty.
Okay, so this week's movie from the vault was my pick, and I took a bit of a swerve from my normal craziness of picking random films, and I picked a film from 1998, which is Robert Rodriguez's, which I didn't realize. So yeah, that was a plus for me. The Faculty, starring everybody. Everybody from the 90s.
From the 90s, yeah.
And it's when Casey Connor, Harrington's high school's newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again, he decides to investigate the bizarre happenings about what is going on and could there be an alien conspiracy afoot. So, guys, when did you see this for the first time?
Oh,
I saw this at the cinema.
yeah.
I went and watched it at cinema, and I remember being disappointed then.
Do you know
Carry
what?
on.
I agree. I was disappointed when I first saw this movie. However, on a rewatch, I liked it.
I agree.
All right, on next week's episode, I watched it at a sleepover, not one of Butcher's famous sleepovers. But yeah, I watched it at a sleepover. Yeah, and I could not remember a bloody thing about it, to be honest. Because yeah,
I bet you remember the naked scene, though, didn't you? Hey?
I 100% didn't remember the naked scene.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, I don't know. I might have fallen asleep before the film was finished. But yeah, so it's been a while. Definitely been a while since I saw this. So guys, who wants to take the lead on it?
I mean, straight away, like, this is the 90s. Obviously, every film had to have a banging soundtrack. Straight off the bat, Offspring.
I know, right?
A bit of Offspring. And straight off the bat, introducing characters with blood splatter names over the screen. Because you had to know their names. Obviously, you had to introduce all these characters. Teenage angst.
I mean, you are going a bit ahead of the fact that it's you do get this little prologue. So kind of the film just kind of...
Oh, shit, yeah. I mean, it goes straight for it, doesn't it? In the first, 2 minutes.
Like Robert Patrick... Everyone in this film is a stereotype. It is so fucking 90s. It is unbelievable. So Robert Patrick, high school football coach, knobhead.
Shouty man.
You've got like
head cheerleader Delilah, who's played by Jordana Brewster, who was in the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Bully victim who turns out to be the hero, Elijah Wood.
Josh Hartnett, the sort of dealer's stoner guy.
With the worst haircut in the world ever.
Yeah, the arsehole who's got a really deep centre and is a good guy really deep down. Yeah, you've got the goth. The goth lesbian, who's not a lesbian.
Claire Deville.
That is a lesbian, but that isn't a lesbian.
Yeah, she was
a high school quarterback. It's just pure...
Well, that was one stereotype, I think, because he wasn't very good looking. And it's like he's
poor
the high
bastard.
school quarterback.
Yeah, I think he got like Luke Skywalker, didn't he? I think he probably went in that film thinking, this is going to make my career, and actually, all these other beautiful people are going to just take over me.
Oh, we got some in the faculty. Famke Janssen.
Famke Janssen, yeah.
From X-Men. Fuck me. I saw the
Usher.
Yeah. Selma Hayek.
Salma Hayek,
yeah, but that was a favour. Come on, it's like Rodriguez went. Come on, Salma, do us a favour. Come in for a couple of days shoot. All you got to do is put on this coat and cough a lot. Don't worry, you don't have to get kit off this time.
Chat show host Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that it was Summer Phoenix and John Abrams. John Abrams has been in shitloads. They were fuck you boy and fuck you girl, as in the ones who were just smacking the shit out of each other through the whole movie.
Also, did you notice the wrong one from That 70s Show was in this for about a split 2 seconds?
The fucking Hyde.
Stoner Kids?
Yes. He's a wrong one now. He's been cancelled.
The 90s.
Fucking hell, man. This was the cast was banging. The soundtrack was fucking awesome. Um, I think it had Pearl Jam alive in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this is just grunge-tastic, and
You were going to try and sing it then, wouldn't
I was thinking about
you?
it. It was going through my head a little bit. I don't want to get cancelled. Um, but like, okay, at the foundation of this movie, I mean, we forgot about Mary Beth as well because she was in a fair bit. Anyway, but like, this is like Sliver, Invasion of Body Snatchers, and it just go. It's got such a good pace. It's
Not
got
the Sharon Stone sliver, by the way. Just get that.
the creatures are cool. The CGI works. It's not overly thought out and sort out. It kind of works, but like the practical effects at the end, fucking great. Like this is
Yeah.
a kind
Old
of
Robert Kirkman, no, Kurtzman, and who else?
I can't remember, but this had a good feel to it, and like it had the thing, had nods to the thing as well
Oh
through the
yeah.
use of like some not quite cocaine, but whatever they were sticking out their nose. It was clever and it had twists, and you wouldn't have probably thought the of Mary Beth being the main thing. It was it's a good movie. It's a good horror movie. It has all the sort of foundations of everything. Well directed, well acted, for what it was. I think it worked as a high school. It's quite unique. The faculty is fucking
Nicotero,
Greg Nicotero.
Yeah,
Howard
Colt.
Berger.
It's quite unique in that 90s-ness. I mean, I
Well,
know
yeah. I mean,
we
it,
had James Gunn Sliver as well, but
I mean, but the thing is, it's quite cool because it's obviously taken, like you said, Geordie Paul has taken all the kind of like beats from a kind of comedy, kind of high school, but then it's spliced it with kind of a kind of alien type body snatcher kind of thing, like, but gave it its own kind of, it's kind of brought it into the 90s, you know what I mean? And just you can see what they were going for massively, like, you know, but um it just I don't know. I remember when I saw it at the cinema, it came out, I was just a bit disappointed because I think it's kind of slow paced a bit because I found it a little bit slow paced in places, but then it did get better towards the end. It kind of ramps up. I thought Elijah Wood was really good in it actually, as well.
Yeah, I think it does well with. I mean, it rips everything off,
Yeah,
but I think it does it quite.
pays homage.
Yeah, it's homage rather than kind of shamelessly pretending we're not to know it's ripping something off. But I think by obviously the thing part where they obviously they realize something's going on, they chop the science teacher's
That's
fingers.
cool. That bit. That's cool.
Yeah, I like the bit where like obviously he sticks him in the needle with his caffeine. It's not it's just caffeine and household stuff that he's
Yeah,
pretending like some crazy drug. And then
like
obviously
diet drugs, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, and you get like yeah, that like scene where they're all kind of going around saying, "All right, well, if we snort this, then we'll find out if any of us are kind of." And it is the thing, blood cell bit. It's the,
yeah,
but I thought it was really, really well done because I couldn't remember who it was or where it was, and the fact they kind of like nabbed Jordana Brewster with it. It was just like I thought it was really kind of well done that scene, and obviously kids just being kids, not really know what they're gonna do, and kind of just using their kind of instincts to do it. Tell
and
you
he
what, I did
did.
want to
Go on, Karen.
thought about is this crazy sexual chemistry between Josh Hartnett and Famke Janssen.
Yeah, I mean that was just there for like just the audience's
Yeah, but
participation, wasn't it?
but he was a proper arsehole to her.
Yeah,
Like when she was like this meek thing, and he was like really like horrible to her, like really horrible to her. But then there was no kind of like I don't know. She kind of waved at him at the end from the sidelines as well when he was playing football. So I was a bit like, hang on, this is a bit yeah. You guys have crossed the line somewhere now. But yeah, no, I did. And like I said, I thought the twist was handled quite well. And then I thought the CG was kind of I thought was on the line for me of becoming really ropey. But then they kind of pulled it back at the end with a bit of a practical
yeah,
monster.
practical
yeah,
effects. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's got to be in it. Greg Nicotero is going to do practical. Robert Kurtzman is going to do practical. But back to the testing thing. I also forgot who was who, which was quite cool. But what I did like is that it was quite a surprise when you did find out who was actually like taken over. Because I mean, fucking, don't they all get taken over by the end of it? Pretty much nearly all of them.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett doesn't.
I think he's the only one that doesn't, isn't he? In the whole film.
Oh, what about? Yeah, I can't remember about it. The Elijah gets taken over, does he?
Yeah.
Right at the end, it like
Right at the end.
spits them into his face, doesn't it, when it's dying?
But the lot, I just, yeah, I was blown away by the cast, and I really thought it was funny because, like, obviously, like you said about the favors, Matt, Salma Hayek being in From Dusk Till Dawn. A lot of these guys, like, a couple of years later, went on and did like Sin City, not big roles, but like Elijah Wood played that bizarre role. Josh Hartnett was like that weird assassin in it as well. Robert Rodriguez sort of keeps a network around him.
Mate, I mean, we're getting to it in my Matt's facts, but Lord of the Rings, would have that happened? But that's in Matt's facts. I'll
Okay,
do that in a
we'll
minute.
talk about it in a bit. But I really enjoyed it. Like I just think it works as a
It's
movie.
fun. Good fun.
Really good fun. The changes in the faculty and instant the influence of it's just such a simple story, and it's got the DNA of so many horrors that we've watched. You could say Night of the Creeps. You could say Sliver. You could say The Thing. It was like a homage and an ode, and I think he'd done a wonderful job of it. And considering he was sort of like he jumps on the whole grindhouse thing, he's obviously obviously from Death Till Dawn. He's a real fan of that like genre, and it shows that.
Do you know what I think at the time when I watched it at cinema? I think it's because we'd had so much rammed down our necks of high schools, American Pie, road trips and films, horror films like, Cherry Falls and fucking Urban Legend and
Great
all
movie.
this stuff that I think at the point when this came out, I was like, not really anything different, maybe. I don't know.
You're right, and yet you reflect on it now, and it's like how
You
different
can
this
see why.
was. Yeah,
You can totally see why it's kind of, I think I'm watching so many more horror movies since I can kind of give it a bit more of a kind of room and think about, oh, actually, that was because of that. That was because of the thing. That was because of that. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And you give it a little bit more kudos because, like, oh, actually, that was pretty cool.
yeah. It's cool. It's good fun. It's a good pick, and I'm glad we watched it. Now I want to hear some Matt's facts.
Yeah, I've got some. So it was on the set of this film that Harry J. Knowles first got wind of Peter Jackson making The Lord of the Rings into a movie. He urged Elijah Wood to go for it, even though the actor had never read the book, which Wood duly did, ignoring the news that Jackson was largely cast in British actors and videotaped his own audition. Yeah,
I
quite
heard that it
interesting.
was like in the middle of a field or something as a hobbit, but anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Um, During his retrospective interview for Halloween H2O, Josh Hartnett acknowledged his controversial hairstyle that can be seen that in the film of The Faculty. Both productions hated it, but Hartnett intentionally kept cutting his own hair and messing it up to make it look more like an authentic teen. These antics led to his fights with producers and director of H2O, who wanted him fired. Ultimately, that did not occur, and Hartnett finished both films over a haircut. Brilliant. Um, in around 10 minutes, the tattooed girl on that Mary Beth talks to on the step and asks where the office is actually Robert Rodriguez's sister, Tina Rodriguez.
Hmm.
So he was calling them all in. This is quite cool. I like this, and I didn't see this. At around 36 minutes in, after Christopher McDonald's character, Mr. Connor, wishes Robert Patrick's coach Willis good luck with the football game, Patrick shoots at McDonald with his hand, and this is a homage to McDonald. Obviously, he played Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore, which is quite cool. I quite like that. In exchange for, this is quite cool. This is very 90s. In exchange for product placement in this film for clothes, Tommy Hilfiger's fashion line, the teens from the movie's cast appeared together in a TV commercial and print campaign for Tommy jeans throughout 1998. I remember that as well, which is clever. And the kill count was only 7 apparently in this. But
Yeah, it would have been more if they all died after they got infected. But yeah,
yeah,
happy
boring.
ending, wasn't it? Guy gets the girl as well.
But I can completely see at some point Hollywood going, oh, remember that film Faculty? Hartnell's still around, isn't he? Let's do another one. You know, you
He
just
comes back.
know.
He comes back as Robert Patrick's character. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh, just get all the old cast back in.
Mm.
Just
I
like,
mean,
oh,
I
let's
like the
come
fact
back.
there was no kind of explanation of what the things were either.
Nah.
Not really, no.
Was it an alien? Was it
There you
just a
go.
monster? Was it a who knows?
There you go. This one we can find out.
Yeah, and sometimes you never need to know, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, true.
So, what are you rating it then?
I think it's an 8 for me. I liked it a lot, and more fondly than when I was a kid. Definitely. So yeah, an 8 for me. I think that's fair.
But I'd go 7 for me. I enjoyed it. It's really good revisiting, and I've got much more respect for it after giving it another watch.
I'm gonna go 7 as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Bit of daft fun, wasn't it? And yeah, I did. I just chuckled every time a new character came into it. I was like, "Whoop, there you go." And I did. I thought it was. I didn't expect to like it as much as I kind of was gonna. So yeah, but yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. So yeah,
Cool. Draw one last ref. 7 out of 10. Lovely job. Lovely job. Moving on to next episode. Whose pick? It's Matt's pick. What have you got
It's
for
my
us,
pick,
Keith?
and I'm gonna pick a film that I have never ever seen, and it's on my shelf, and it's still in the cellophane, and I really want to see it, and I hope it's somewhere that you can get hold of it easily. I'm really sorry I haven't checked. I see the sigh look on Paul Stevens' face, but I'm gonna pick Hills of Eyes 2 because I've never seen it, and I've heard it's pretty good.
I've never seen it. I'm just trying to
I've
think.
never seen it either.
No, I've seen. Funny enough, I've seen the Hills of Eyes 2 remake.
I've seen the remake.
That's
That's
the
not the
modern
Hills
one.
of Eyes 2, though, is it? I think just Hills of Eyes.
No, there's a
isn't it?
Hills of Eyes and a Hills of Eyes 2
Oh,
remake.
is
There was
there?
a second
Yeah,
one.
yeah, definitely a
Yeah.
second one,
I've
more modern.
I've seen them at the cinema, both of them, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one from back in the day though. That's quite interesting. Okay, more rapey, fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
thanks, Matt.
I knew we
Hillbillies,
couldn't get through an episode without you saying the R word.
What's his
my
name?
biggest fear in life. Hillbillies.
What's the weird guy's goalkeeper name? Michael Kudlet. I can't remember. You always tell me his name.
P. Luigi Collina.
Is that his name? Is it
No, it's Michael Summit.
Michael Kudlis?
No, that's the guy from The
That's the
Walking
guy
Dead.
from Walking Dead.
No idea then. Anyway,
You're on about the bold, like tall looking.
yeah, that guy.
He's
I'll
definitely
have
in
a
it.
look for you now. All right, there we go. His name was.
Lovely job,
Oh shit, I can't see it. There you go. Michael Berryman,
Michael Berryman.
Pluto.
Brilliant, mate. That's fantastic. Well, that's another episode of Draw One Last Breath. Thanks very much for listening. I hope you all go out and watch The Faculty. I hope you enjoyed Hokum and enjoy the next couple of months where there is a fistful of horror movies at the cinema, and we continue to get to watch the creme de la creme. Lovely job. Moving on to episode 206, we will be going to the cinema to watch Obsession from the director of Milk and Cereal. And Matt has just pulled from the vault another sequel. We haven't done a sequel in quite some time. I think this one's from the early 80s, Matt. I think Hills of Ice 2 crossed into the 80s, didn't it? Could be wrong.
So, yeah.
There we go. And there's only one more thing to say. When there's no more room in hell, here's another podcast.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
You can follow us on Twitter at DrawOneLast, Instagram at DrawOneLastBreath, or pop us an email at DrawOneLastBreathPod@hotmail.com.